look at the second part of this particular chapter, that is, the title indicates the force and pressure. So about the force we have discussed in our previous videos. Now we are going to discuss something about pressure. Pressure in the sense when you are applying a force on the body, on how much area the force is getting applied. That is, force acting per unit area is defined as pressure. So pressure can be defined as force per unit area, meaning that you just consider the case if at all a needle is pierced into the skin, it will get pained. Because of the reason a large force is applied by means of a small needle onto the skin, meaning that force applied is something whereas area is small. So when area becomes small, the pressure becomes more. So more the pressure, more the pain. So here one point you need to understand, if same force is applied on different bodies with different area of cross sections, the force applied on the smaller cross sectional area will give rise to the more pressure. And coming to the units part, so force units are newtons and the area of cross section is measured as meter square. So Newton per meter square. Or in SI system, instead of giving two different units combined together, it is named after a scientist called Pascal. So that's the reason pressure can be expressed in terms of the Pascal in case of SI system of units. See here, from the expression you can understand one point. If the area of cross section on which the force acting increases, the pressure decreases. That means it is inversely proportional. Pressure is inversely proportional to area, meaning that if this denominator part increases, pressure decreases. If denominator part decreases, then pressure increases. That is what called vice versa. If area of cross section increases, pressure decreases. So inversely proportional. This relation is called as inversely proportional because for the same force acting, force is remaining same. By just changing this area of cross section, pressure values can be varied. Here, this example easily you can understand. Here there is a log, a wooden log here. I want to fix up a nail onto this. And here I have two types of nails. One nail is having a sharp edge over here. That means here head of the screw and the bottom of the screw has got a smaller cross-sectional area, so that when a force is applied on it, this can be easily penetrated into the log. Because of smaller cross-sectional area, the pressure will be more. So it can easily penetrate into the log. Whereas coming to the second case, this screw has got more cross-sectional area at the bottom. Therefore, when you are applying the same force onto this type of screw, because of the area of cross-section is increased, then pressure decreases. That is the reason this cannot penetrate into this log that easily. So you can see the two figures over here. So area of cross-section decreases, the pressure increases. So easy penetration. Area of cross-section increases, the pressure decreases. Therefore, the penetration becomes difficult. So this relation, this example gives the meaning of this relation. Similarly, you can consider the other examples like, see, in deserts, generally, you can see the camels that easily walk. They can easily walk on the sand floor. In deserts, generally, you have the sand. So on sand, camels can easily walk because their feet are broad compared to our feet. That is the reason for us it is difficult to walk on the sand floor, whereas camels can easily walk because pressure is less. Similarly, when you are cutting the vegetables and all at your kitchen, you can see the knives. Knives with sharp edges can easily cut the vegetables. If your knives are blunt, then you cannot cut the vegetables that easily. So knives have the sharp edges so that vegetables can cut easily. And the next example you can see, the vehicles with broad tires will have the more grip. They can easily move on the mud floors because pressure is less. And similarly, you can see your shoulder bags, school bags and all with the broader strips. So when the strips are broader, then it is less painful because it occupies more area on the shoulders, so that the pressure is less, hence it is less painful. Whereas if you have the bags with smaller strips, the area of cross section is less, hence the pressure is more, therefore it will be painful. So these are the examples where you can see the relationship between the pressure and area. So as area of cross section increases, the pressure decreases. So you need to remember one formula, P is equal to F by A, in order to calculate the pressures acting on the bodies. So this is what about the introductory concept or the entire concept of the pressure. And the pressures can vary with reference to the fluids. Fluid pressure is different, that we will be looking at in the next video.